Howdy there, beautiful people. It's Spencer Wood, the real estate cowboy. As always, I got Chili, I got Stump with me, and we're on site today in Greenbush, Maine. We're about 30 minutes away from Lincoln, Maine, about 30 minutes north of Bangor, Maine, about 20 minutes north of the University of Maine in the town of Orono. As you can see over here on the right side, we got the Penobscot River on one end. And then over here, we got our lot on Pine Road, which you can see up here. This is a surveyed lot, 20.06 acres. Come on, boys. Stumpy, come on. So we're looking at a nice dirt road, gravel road leading up to the property, 300 feet or so of road frontage out here on Route 2. So we're standing on the road on Pine Road now, which actually leads out to this property. For those of you that are interested in tax maps, this is going to be tax map 1, lot 14-1. You can see over here on my left side, one of this tree's blown down a little bit, but there's a little orange flag there. The pin is actually up there on the roadside. So the property essentially includes the road here and then goes all the way back, 20.06 acres. Has frontage over 350 feet or so of frontage on Boombridge Brook, which runs through essentially kind of like the lower middle part of the property here. So nice location. There's no power out here right now, but there is power right there on the road. So you'd have to run power, let's call it 350, 400 feet down Pine Road here in order to get utilities out here. As you can see over here, you know, this has been logged probably about 10, 15 years ago, pretty hard. There's a number of other lots out here that use this road. I'm just gonna pull my phone out and tell you how many. But yeah, like I said, I mean, this is lot 14-1, and then there's 14-2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's essentially 6 lots that are out here that use this road. There are approximately, I think, 2 or 3 of them are full-time off-grid homesteaders out here. So they are plowing the road and maintaining this road in the wintertime. They're also, you know, out here making sure that this is graded every now and then and taken care of. You can see we got a nice solid base for a gravel driveway here. And again, there's about 6 lots that share this road. You're the first one on the road. You can see a little bit over on the left again. You can kind of follow that flagging. And then we got about 300 feet that way. We'll show you some of the flagging out there. And it's really just a big shotgun rectangle. It just goes all the way back. All the way into the back of the property is actually a railroad that is out there, which essentially is like that northern, or call it eastern boundary of the property out that direction. While I'm here, so this trailer is actually one of the neighbors all the way down the road here, from what I've been told by another neighbor. So they believe that they're gonna move this sooner than later is the plan. This is on the property. It is kind of like a little gravel turnaround area, something like that. I'll go out this way. Ideally, we can get this moved. No promises, but ideally we'll get that moved before the sale. We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it here. So kind of orange flag. I don't know if the video can pick that up. There's a little flag in the breeze over there. So this is really like that northern boundary of the property here, and it just goes straight out towards the railroad over Boombridge Brook and beyond. We'll start walking out into the woods. We'll give you a good feel of what we're looking at, and we'll get into prices and all that sort of stuff in a minute. So where the cars are, right over here on my right, is where that essentially like a gravel driveway. They definitely brought in and compacted a lot of material right here, sent it out to more of like a partial building site. Property's been neglected for quite a long time, so there's really nothing out here. I mean, they did put in this nice gravel compacted drive, a little bit of a building area out there, a couple other small things on it. So this is the Boombridge estate, or Boombridge Brook estates, if you will. So the 6 lots that are out here, because of the Penobscot River across the road there, this property is located in a 100-year flood zone area. So you may want to just double check on that sort of stuff for building or banks or anything of that purposes. But like I said, there's a couple full-time homesteaders out here that are doing just fine. And the road that we're on, this right-of-way road here, Pine Road, is in great condition. You can easily drive a car down it, no problem here. So we're essentially on this, on the western side of the boundary here. You can see there's some pink tape right here going through the woods. There's some other flagging kind of going through right here and through the woods. So again, boundary is really well marked. This is a surveyed property. We do have the survey available. Definitely looking at a recreational property more so, just the way that it's set up. There is utilities, like I said, up on Route 2, and this does have the right of way for utilities and all that sort of stuff. So because you're the first lot essentially on here on the road, you could easily bring power in to the lot and be out here styling with, you know, full electric hookup and all that sort of stuff. Plenty of cell phone service out here as well. Verizon's working just fine. So for those of you working at home doing internet, that sort of stuff, gonna have no problem doing all that out here, taking phone calls, keeping up with the business stuff, no problem. For those of you that like to recreate, especially like fishing, hunting, all that sort of stuff, ducks, this is going to be a great spot for that. Obviously, right across the road is the Penobscot River, which is a great waterway you could throw your boat into. There's a public boat launch less than 10 minutes down the road here on Route 2, so you can jump out there, fish your face off for as long as you want. For those of you that like whitetail hunting and some things like that, this is also going to be a great property for this. Once we get into the woods, we'll show you. We've already found a bunch of scrapes, a lot of you know, different sign of deer, game trails, things like that going on. We've watched some ducks fly overhead from Boombridge Brook in the back. So definitely a lot of recreational opportunity out here. This acreage here, it's a small little portion that is on Route 2 that's essentially cut off by Pine Road. So a little square over here. This is pretty wet. You know, it doesn't look like you're gonna be building on that side and being close to the road unless you bring in a lot of material. So, you know, just kind of keep that in mind. You can walk through there and see, but you can see this kind of blonde grass and some of the elements of just kind of having a wet soil profile on that side. So a nice little buffer at a very minimum, privacy buffer, sound buffer off of Route 2. You will hear some traffic, trucks and stuff going by on Route 2, but it's not terrible. I mean, we've been here for, you know, 10, 15 minutes at least. And, you know, it's not too bad. Traffic isn't like bumper to bumper and screaming by any means, but you will hear that a little bit for those of you kind of looking for absolutely no noise or privacy or something like that. You will hear a little bit of traffic, but a couple other things. Again, lot 14-1 here in Greenbush, Maine, off of Route 2, Pine Road. We got $372 a year in annual property taxes. So really affordable. This is not in tree growth. So if you want to clear cut land, make food plots, do a field, open some things up so it dries out a little bit, no problem doing that out here. And out, pull the electric chainsaw out. We're just gonna clean up a little bit of this here. You can see that there's a nice wire kind of going across the road here. Old like cable skidder wire or something like that that they put here to prevent people from coming out unwanted in that sense. But we're just cutting this back. So we'll get into the woods here, but just wanted to show off this this driveway. You can kind of see here, good amount of material already on the ground. You can see it's a little wet over in there. I mean, we've had historic 100-year flooding this winter and fall and stuff as well. Even this spring has been real wet. So what you see is about the wettest it's gonna be. We got a nice compacted driveway, like I said here, kind of leads out to this little building site, if you will. A lot of material brought in. They did a really great job with it. You can see, you know, a couple feet of material here, compacted really well. Somebody that wanted to kind of bring a camper, something like that out here, put your camper right in, bring power off of the road, drill a well, do a little septic or holding tank, something like that. You can be ready to go ASAP this summer. The sellers, essentially this is like, you know, call it a little pond that they kind of have in here. There's a little like deck sort of deal right over there. So we're walking on an old skid road right now. You can kind of see these old stumps and all that sort of stuff. And if you kind of look this way, you can see the old skid trail here. Could easily be reclaimed into, you know, recreational trail, four-wheeler trail. something to just kind of get you back here on your four-wheeler into a hunting stand or something like that. You can kind of see on the hunting aspect here, we got a wicked game trail going through this little corner of the property here. A lot of sign around here for deer. I've actually seen some moose and some bear poop out here as well. So pretty active wildlife area for anybody that's interested in viewing wildlife or in the hunting, that sort of thing, wants to be kind of away from it all. A lot quieter out here into the kind of middle of the property as well, right before we get to Boombridge Brook, but we'll keep going and show you that. Just wanted to stop for a second, kind of show you that we're on this old skid trail, show you that game trail there, and we'll keep moving on. Alrighty folks, we have made it to Boombridge Brook. As you can see, quite a bit larger than a brook, more of a small river in that sense. This directly comes off of the Penobscot River there. So got quite a bit of flow coming through here. You can see that it is super high. I mean, like again, we have had historic flooding really the last like year or so with everything that's gone on. So this is as high as you're gonna see this property. We're on the right boundary marker here. So Route 2 straight ahead on the right boundary marker there. As you can see though behind us, I mean, canoe, kayak, swim, all that sort of stuff, no problem, even when this is a lot lower. For those of you that are into duck hunting and bird hunting like I am, we've already put up quite a few green heads and stuff that are out here already. So really great for duck hunting. If you got dogs that you're working with, you're looking for a spot in Maine to enjoy some hunting, some fishing, this is gonna be a great opportunity for those of you that are out here. In order to get to the other side there, we'd have to kind of go through a little bit of the Boombridge Brook here. So we're actually not gonna walk over onto the other side. You're gonna have to kind of wait for things to dry up a little bit before you're able to crawl over there. But this is essentially the highlight of the property here, is having the brook in the middle of the property. Definitely, again, recreational aspect to it with the hunting, the fishing, the canoeing, kayaking, all that sort of stuff. So we're walking horizontal to Boombridge Brook, which is over here on my left. You may be able to see a little bit through it for the trees though, but nice. This old skid road here is in great condition. There's actually not a lot of undergrowth that's come up through here. So could easily already start to make this like a four-wheeling trail or walking trail or something you want to do. You want to, you know, take a stroll with some horses or something of that nature. Figured we'd show you this, let you know that essentially the property is kind of outlined and chiseled by these old logging trails, which for the right people, this is going to be a benefit to those of you that are trying to access different parts of the property out here. All right, so pretty much we're on the left boundary now. Again, Route 2 up there, looking at Route 2. We're on the left side. We just threw over there. The first part of Boombridge Brook that we showed was the right boundary. So now we're on the left one. You can see a little bit better of a view out here in terms of getting access into the brook here. You can start seeing a little bit across there, some like nice hardwood timber that's standing there. But again, you're gonna have to wait for this to dry up a little bit before you're able to really access and get over there. Looks like there's a little bit of a dry spot over on that corner that you could get over to at some point when the water drops a little bit. But alrighty there, folks, this is gonna conclude our tour of map 1, lot 14-1 in Greenbush, Maine, off of Route 2 up front there, paved, maintained with power, etc. You're about 350, 400 feet off of that to essentially this kind of like building site area. 300 feet of frontage on Route 2 up there. About 400 feet, 350, 400 feet of water frontage on Boombridge Brook out back. 20.06 surveyed acres. You got utility easement to be able to come up on Pine Road there, that dirt road. Looking at annual property taxes of about $372 a year. Asking price of $37,500. And as always, feel free to ask questions, comments. We have a survey, we can share all that sort of stuff. And other than that, we'll see you on down the road at the next one. Giddy up.